Hi, and welcome to the fourth edition of my vlog. I'd like to start by thanking those of you who contacted me to provide feedback on the vlog. Thanks also to those who entered the competition to win some 3 lessons with me. I will be contacting the winner later today. The format of this vlog features news stories followed by a lesson on each story that I talk about. If you find the lessons useful, please subscribe to the vlog and then you will get more free lessons in the future. So, the first story this week is about my country, the United Kingdom. This time last week, the United Kingdom handed in its notice to the European Union. This involved sending a letter stating that we intend to leave the European Union. Last May, the UK voted to leave in a referendum, and under the terms of Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, we had to send this letter to trigger the process. Now, I want to share a confession with you all. I personally feel really bad, really guilty about the fact that the UK is leaving, and that's because I did not vote in the referendum. I did not want us to leave, but I gullibly believed in the polls, which indicated that the country would decide to stay in the European Union. So, I sat on my hands at home. Imagine my horror the next morning when I awoke to find that my fellow countrymen had had a collective brain fart. So, now we are stuck with the consequences of this vote. One nasty outcome is that the crisis in our National Health Service seems sure to get worse. We currently have 24,000 nursing vacancies in this country, and we have been relying on nurses from other EU countries to pick up the slack. But since this asinine decision to leave, the number of nurses coming here from other EU countries has plummeted by 75%. So a system that is already at breaking point, which means in trouble, is just going to get worse. So, it's time for the first lesson based on the above story. If you find this lesson useful, then remember you can subscribe to the vlog to receive more free lessons in the future. So, to hand in your notice, this is a term meaning that you are going to quit or leave. You can use this expression if you want to quit your job as well. Under the terms of, this means according to the written rules of something. So, for example, the contract that you have with your employer represents the terms of your employment. The verb to trigger. This is a verb meaning to start something. A confession. This means to admit to something, to tell someone something secret, to tell somebody about something that you feel guilty about. Gullible. A gullible person believes too easily in things that aren't true. To sit on your hands. This means to do nothing or to take no action. Brain fart. This is a real slang term, not a term you will hear a lot, but if you do hear it, it means that something has done something really stupid. To pick up the slack. This means to do work that is not being done by others. Your boss might say this to you if you have to cover for colleagues when they are on holiday. To cover means to do their work for them. Asinine. This word asinine, it means hugely stupid. So the asinine decision to leave. To plummet means to fall by a large amount. So the number of nurses coming here has plummeted by 75%. Our second story is about the huge controversy about the behavior and responsibilities of WhatsApp. The controversy about WhatsApp comes in the wake of the terrorist attack on the Houses of Parliament. A few days after the attack, police revealed that the terrorist had used WhatsApp to send a message shortly before the attack. As you probably know, WhatsApp encrypts all of its messages. Now, Britain's Home Secretary, Amber Rudd, has threatened to change the law to force WhatsApp to make it possible for the police to access all messages in an unencrypted form. Britain is also trying to get the other EU countries to follow suit. Civil rights campaigners are concerned that such a move would give the government carte blanche to snoop on all citizens. I'd like to know what you guys think. Would you be happy for the government in your country to have access to your data? Do you feel that your country would be safer if the government could spy on your citizens in this way? Personally, I don't want the government to have access to my messages. If you'd like to let me know what you think, then you can email me at the address on the screen, or please leave a comment after the video. So, let's look at the vocabulary from the second lesson. A controversy. A controversy is something that causes lots of debate and argument. Responsibilities. These are things that a person or a company really should do. In the wake of. This expression means that something happens following an event and because of the event. To encrypt. This means to use a special code to disguise or hide the contents of something. To follow suit. So Britain is trying to get the other EU countries to follow suit. To follow suit means to do the same thing as somebody else. To give somebody carte blanche. This means to let people do whatever they want. To snoop. This means the same thing as to spy on somebody. So, our third and final story this week is a sports story, and it's about Ferrari. I'm very pleased to say, because I am a fan, that after 3 long years of dominance by the Mercedes team, my favourite team, Ferrari, might be about to return to the pinnacle of Formula One. At the Australian Grand Prix, the German driver Sebastian Vettel drove to a strong victory, with the championship favourite, Lewis Hamilton, unable to keep pace. We'll see in this weekend's Chinese Grand Prix whether or not Ferrari can build on this victory. So, the final bit of vocabulary from the third lesson. Dominance. If you are dominant, then you are stronger and more important or significant than the people that you compete against. In this case, the people that Sebastian Vettel was racing against. Pinnacle. If you are at the pinnacle of something, then you are at the top of your field. You are the best. Favorite. In this context, as a noun, the favorite means the person that people believe is most likely to win a competition. Finally, to keep pace. To keep pace with somebody means to be able to be as quick as they are. So, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this free lesson. And if you want to receive more free lessons in future, then please just subscribe to this vlog. Thank you and goodbye.